From right field on the south side of Chicago, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the Chicago White Sox. Well, Singy, today's starter has really struggled of late. He's been missing his spots, and hitters are taking advantage.
Boog, and when you're in a slump like this, every little thing feels like it's going against you. He'll look to settle in early and hopefully find that spark again.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill today, Ben Lively. What do you have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he deals with right-handed hitters in this one. Righties are batting over 300 against him, so they're not being fooled by really anything. He's going to have to find a way to change up his delivery, change up his look, somehow get them off of his primary pitches and even those secondary pitches. So we'll see how he does it in this one.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Tauchman makes the grab, one away. And time now for the Marlins lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them in part with his legs, Connor Norby.
Well, Boog, you know I love guys that can run, and this guy has great speed. We'll see in this game if he gets a chance to use it. And if he does, I think even you are going to be really impressed because he can really impact the game with his wheels, and you like guys that can score. He's definitely able to do that.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a chopper out to short. On the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. Two down, bases empty. Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a ground ball. Zips it to first. And that's the third out. End of a half inning of play. No score. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the hill in this one, Ryan Weathers. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one. Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball.
Nope, ball.
You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Ramirez squeezes it, and there's one away. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. Not the highest team batting average for this squad. They're down towards the bottom of the league in total hits, and Singy, because of that, they don't score a ton.
Yeah, and Boog, I'm looking for a little better performance out of them today. I mean, if they're going to be dangerous, if they're going to be able to create scoring opportunities, they're going to have to start making some individual adjustments. A lot of players in this lineup probably aren't happy with how they've hit the ball so far. So today's a chance to get something going.
1-2. One out, bases empty. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Next one just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Two down, nobody on. Pitch misses. Ball 3.
Full count.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that extends the inning.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now here's the big center fielder, Luis Robert. And that one is lifted in the air. Mitchell makes the catch, and the inning is over. So one left for the White Sox, scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Connor Norby. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Lee makes the grab, one down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
And that's a base hit, so they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Now it's the DH, Griffin Conine. Way high.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And there's a base hit to right field. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
A couple of singles back to back. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Graham Pauley. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. The shortstop takes the ball. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. It bangs off the wall. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. Safe. He beats the tag. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Big swing of the bat right there to give him the lead. That was clutch. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. And up next for Miami, Dane Myers. Lifted in the air, right center field. Base hit, 1 run is in. Now a long throw home. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they lead by 3.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Throw into third. He's in there. So the batting order turns over. Digging in, Otto Lopez. 2 on, 1 out.
Ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swing and a ball hammered left field. Benintendi going back on it. And it's into the bullpen for a homer. And that should quiet this home crowd. 3rd home run of the season. It's 6-0.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Now the White Sox manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Ben Lively gives way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. The White Sox going with a new arm, Martin Perez.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Now at the plate, Garrett Mitchell. The 1-1. This one popped up. And he makes the catch. That's out number 2. Two outs, base is empty. And now for the Marlins, Jonah Bride. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Touches down, that's a hit. And that keeps the inning alive. And at the plate for Miami, Connor Norby. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Baldwin. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. But it'll come at a cost as 6 cross the plate. 3 of them on this 3-run homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. And we're back. Bottom of the 2nd. Here's the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi. Weathers fires. Swing and a foul straight back.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And here is Sosa to the plate. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1-2.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Corey Lee. And a base hit up the middle. And that keeps the inning going. And up next for Chicago, Brooks Baldwin. Here's a 1-1. That one pushed foul. That's too low.
No, that's down.
2-2.
Ball.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Lee off of first with 2 away. Out to short. And it finds its way through for a hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Michael A. Taylor steps to the plate for the White Sox. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Well, the best
2
way to
strikes.
shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
First and second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. Hit in the air, center field. Drops into the glove, and that will end the inning. White Sox strand a couple, still up against a 6-0 deficit. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Next offering is fouled back. That one almost got him. On the ground right side, and it goes just foul. And a pitch. On the ground to first, Vaughn. Throws to first in time. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Good fade and sinking action to that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Now here's the Marlins DH, Griffin Conine.
Well, not only can Perez pitch, but he can also sing. Remember, he performed the national anthem for Team Venezuela leading up to the World Baseball Classic. If you watch that video, you'll see how much that moment meant to him.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And Benintendi able to make the grab. 2 outs, base is empty. Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins. 2 outs, base is empty. Short hop liner, handled it short. The throw, got him. Nice play. And the Marlins down quietly, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's Josh Rojas. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. And he hits a ground ball right side in plenty of time to first. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Mike Tauchman.
Definitely classify Tauchman as one of those gritty players, willing to do whatever, get on base, get around the bases.
And that's hammered into right field, and that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Andrew Vaughn now. The 1-1 is fouled off. Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one. And now it's Luis Robert. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Tauchman leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Coming home. The relay, it's offline. The run comes in. So runner at second, 2 down. Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. Back to the mound. It hit him. Safe at first, and now after the play, we'll check on the lefty's status. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
So up next for Chicago, Lenin Sosa. And that one pulled foul. Swing and a miss, and he got him. They limit the damage here. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. New inning getting started. And now for the Marlins, Dane Myers. Oh, great stop from his knees, the throw, and that's a great play for the out.
Great reaction there to get to the baseball, secure it, and then no time to get up and throw. Throws from one knee. That's a guy that's got a lot of confidence in his arm strength and accuracy.
Here's the catcher to hit, Agustin Ramirez. Here's a 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the one-out hit turns the lineup over.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Back to the top of the Miami order. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Otto Lopez. Line drive. Come on.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Garrett Mitchell, the next up for the Marlins. Ramirez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. So 1 hit is all they get. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Marlins 6 and the White Sox 1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
1 down, base is empty. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And now the center fielder, Michael A. Taylor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Nothing doing for the White Sox. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. We go to the top of the 5th, and at the plate for Miami, Jonah Bride. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. On to first, 1 away here in the 5th. Connor Norby getting ready to hit. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Man at first, and up next for Miami, Jesus Sanchez.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Ground ball right side, could be 2. Sosa toss to second, over to first, safe. Next is the designated hitter, Griffin Conant. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
That's a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Up next for the Marlins, the shortstop, Graham.
So up next, Graham Pauley. That one the other way. That's a hit. Sanchez around third. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
Bottom of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Josh Rojas. In the air, right field. Sanchez ranging after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the White Sox, the right fielder,
Mike Tauchman steps to the plate for the White Sox. The Fish leading by 5. Last half of inning number 5. High fly ball out into left center field. Myers hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
now batting the first baseman, Andrew.
2 down, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Popped up right side. Lopez makes the play, and it's out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 5. It's the Marlins 6 and the White Sox 1. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. Right through there for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jared Schuster appears to be getting loose. Varland warming up as well. Puts it in the air out towards left center. And there's one away.
Now batting the catcher, Agustin.
So digging in, Agustin Ramirez. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. Slice to right, and there's 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Line drive, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Now the number 2 hitter, Garrett Mitchell. Runner on the go. On the ground, right side. Fires to first on the run. And that's a nice play to end the inning. 1 left for Miami. They lead it, though, 6-1. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Ripped on a line. And foul ball. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. swing and a ball popped in the air. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Andrew Benintendi steps up. Benintendi, the former first-round pick, Golden Spikes Award winner. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
1-2.
Hit on the ground to short. Paulie throws across the diamond. 2 up, 2 down.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
2 outs, base is empty. Lenny Sosa steps to the plate for the White Sox. The lefty closing in on 100 pitches. Fly ball center field. Mitchell hauls it in to end the inning. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Gus Varland.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
And that one ripped into right. Tachman makes the grab, 1 away.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Davison De Los Santos. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Taylor makes the grab, and there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Fly ball to right. Tachman corrals it. And that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Marlins 6 and the White Sox 1. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Ronnie Enriquez.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Fouled off left side. Got him swinging.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
1-1 now. Out to center. Mitchell gets under it. Puts it away for the out.
The center fielder, number 24, Michael.
And the batter now, Michael A. Taylor. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Swings and misses, struck him out. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. They trail it 6-1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jared Schuster.
Well, home runs have been a problem this year. Not doing a great job keeping the ball in the yard so far this season, so we'll see if that factors in.
And he grounds one to the right side. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. And now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Now the batter now, Dane Myers. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Plays it on a bounce, and it eats him up.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Pauley at third. Myers over at first with one away. Shoots a line drive single into right center. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And here is Otto Lopez. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Steps on the bag for one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Marlins 7 and the White Sox 1. Anthony Bender on a pitch out of the pen here. He's pitching on 2 days rest. That one ripped. Makes the catch. 1 down.
Nice swing and good solid contact. That ball was smoked, but needed a little more lift to get into the outfield gap. Maybe a little more backspin.
1 down, base is empty. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time. And that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all. And everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
2 outs, base is empty. And now here is Andrew Vaughn. On the ground to third. Sends it across to first. And that is that. Down in order go the White Sox. They're down 7-1. So they turn to their closer, Penn Murphy.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. That one outside, and the count is 3-1. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
And a foul ball. That's a hit. And now two aboard.
That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Davison De Los Santos. Line to left. And it stays fair. Mitchell headed for the plate. He'll score easily. Benintendi hustles to get it in. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
They really turned on that one, and as it hooked down the line, it was hard to tell if it would stay fair, but it just barely sneaked in there.
Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. Ground ball to the right side. Base hit. One run is in. Here comes the throw. Safe at the plate. And they now lead by 9.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Now the White Sox manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Penn Murphy won't go any further, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. New pitcher for the White Sox, Tyler Gilbert.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
No outs, runner at first. And now Griffin Conine. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One down. And the batter will be the shortstop, Graham Pauley. On the ground to first. Could be 2. The throw to second. And it's a double play to end the inning. So they get 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors and no one left. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Marlins 10 and the White Sox 1. Here on the south side, Luis Robert now. And a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted in the air, right field. Sanchez gets under it. And there's one down.
The left fielder, number 23,
Andrew Benintendi up to the plate. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
Well, 3 pitches, down, fastball up, swinging, boog. It's like learning a chord progression, getting those strums right, man. So many pitchers prefer working north-south these days compared to the east-west, and that was a great example right there.
So they're down to their final out. Now it's the second baseman, Lenny Sosa. And a big swing and a miss.
2-2's the count.
2 down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. One strike away. Breaking ball misses down and away.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
2 outs. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
All these hitters got the bats going early with a huge second inning, and they never really looked back. When you have that type of focus, your confidence grows, and you just expect to go out and dominate and win each inning. And then on top of it, the ball game.
10-1 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.